I spent 8 years grinding 9 to 5 jobs until burnout completely broke me. And then I finally quit. Here's what actually happened. You see, right after high school, my mom told me I needed to get a job, so I started at McDonald's. And I hated it. Yeah, I didn't even last a year. It was overwhelming. My body hurt constantly from standing all day, and to be honest, I was miserable. When I quit, I took a long break. For the first time, I could do whatever I wanted. No boss breathing down my neck. It felt amazing. At that point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I'd always had a passion for YouTube and music, but I only ever really dabbled in it, never really committed to it. Then eventually I got another job. It was in retail. That's when it all went downhill. I stayed there for like 5 years, doing the same thing every day, over and over. I was losing my mind. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I was exhausted. About 3 years in, I tried getting back into YouTube, but after working all day, I had zero energy left to create. It was impossible to stay consistent. So then I ended up getting depressed. I distracted myself with video games, alcohol, junk food, just a lot of vices really, to feel something, you know? Just feel something, anything. You know that feeling where you feel like you're supposed to be doing something else, but instead you're doing this thing? That was me every single day. Every new year I tell myself, this is the year that I'm gonna change. And I watch everyone scream Happy New Year and feel nothing. Because it's like, I already knew exactly how this year was gonna go. What was there to celebrate? I was still in the exact same place as I was last year. But on my last year there, I finally said enough. I quit and went full-time on YouTube. Those next 6 months were the happiest of my life. I was working out constantly, eating better, actually happy for once. And then reality hit. I was broke. I started panicking about the future, like, would I be able to provide for myself? Could I even afford to live on my own? Yeah, and at this time, my video was a year old and I hadn't posted. I went completely AWOL. I wanted to go all in back then, but the money fear just stopped me. So I caved in and I got another job, telling myself it was just temporary. I would go in and have a certain goal that I want to meet before I leave. Then I'd quit for good. Yeah, spoiler alert, I failed. Which brings us to right now. Here's the truth. I don't care about money anymore. For years, I kept chasing one more goal, thinking I could go all in on my dream. But every time I said that, I lost another year of my life. Honestly, I never really cared about money in the first place. Just felt like I needed it. But needed it for what exactly? Look around at everyone in my field, or honestly, just everyone with a job like mine. They're grinding paycheck to paycheck on salaries that barely cover rent, bills, let alone anything else. I mean, they're burnt out, complaining every shift, counting down to the weekend every week. But they put on this front like everything is fine. This is normal. This is completely normal. Gotta pay the bills. They smile through the headaches and the pain and constant stress, just pretending it's all normal. Then I talk about quitting and going all into my dream, going all into YouTube, and suddenly I'm the crazy one. Why would you risk that? What about stability? You're throwing away security. They question why I'd want to change anything, like staying trapped is the smart move. Everything in life is risky anyway, but you always have a choice, even when it feels like you don't. What's life without a little risk? To be honest, everything in life is risky anyway. I think people make you feel like you don't have a choice. You have to do this thing. They tell you you have to do this thing or else you're gonna struggle. With jobs like this, you're just cruising through while life passes you by, missing out on every opportunity that's out there. And for what exactly? A little paycheck that's just enough to cover the bills, but you don't have enough to splurge on anything that you want to do or to even save a little penny. Where's the fun in that? Honestly, if you can splurge on the club or something, throw them bills, you know what I'm saying? Get drunk. Shots. That's great. That's all great. But I don't know, to me, I'm like, where is the fun in that? A brief moment to get wasted and pretend like everything is fine? Like you're not stuck and you haven't accomplished anything in life? I don't want to live like that. And you know what? For some people, that's exactly what they want. That they love their life. And kudos to them. I mean, live your life how you want to live it. But that's not the life that I want to live. You risk having a life full of regrets because you never had the desire to go for it. You just felt like you weren't good enough. You never had that faith in yourself that you could do it. I don't want to live a life of what if. The thing with what ifs is like, what if this goes wrong? Or what if I don't get this? But what if you do? You know, what if it goes right? What if you get exactly what you wanted? You won't know unless you try. I don't want to be 60 looking back wondering what life would have been like if I'd just gone for it. People get depressed over regret alone. I'm guilty of that myself, but I don't want that to be my story. It's almost like they want me to stay right where they are, stuck. Settling. Misery loves company, right? If I break free and actually make it work, it forces them to face that maybe they could too. But it's easier to pull me back down than to lift themselves up. Everyone in my life keeps telling me how I should live my life. Everybody else does it like this, so you have to do it too. Keep telling me how I shouldn't take the risk. It's not realistic. But any life that's not chasing my dream doesn't feel like me. I'm not living to my fullest potential. I lose myself in the process. Doesn't feel like it's what my life is supposed to be. It feels like someone else's because it isn't me. I feel like I have to act like this person. But the longer I stay, I start to feel numb, clocking in and out every single day. It's just on a repeat. And over time, my health gets worse. I'm not happy anymore. Time is just moving forward. I can't keep shrinking to fit in their version of what's safe. I'm done letting other people's fear dictate my path. I'm choosing me, my health, my happiness, my life. The money will come or it won't. But I'm not wasting more years pretending a paycheck is worth killing myself over. I'm fully committing to YouTube this time, and whether it works out or not as a break, not as a side thing, and this is my decision. And I hope you guys stick around for the journey because it's gonna be a good one. Drop a comment below if you feel the same way in your life right now. How do you cope with it? Maybe your story can help somebody else. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.